Welcome to this conference about the coronavirus. Do you just want to quickly introduce yourself? My name is Mia. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Ulm in Germany. My favorite series that I watched during quarantine is Unorthodox.
Hi, I'm Juliane. I'm also from Ulm, Germany. I'm 17, and my favorite series that I watched during quarantine, I think it's Game of Thrones.
I'm Mark. I'm 16 years old. I come from Bilbao in northern Spain. I don't have a favorite series that I watch while quarantine, but I think Unorthodox would be a great option.
I'm Méa Blanck. I'm 18 and I'm from Ireland. I probably can't pick a series either. I've watched too many.
Otman, you want to continue?
Okay. Hello, I'm 15. I'm from Paris in France, and my favorite series is Stranger Things.
I'm Simon. I'm 15 years old. I'm from Bordeaux in France, and my favorite series is Rick and Morty.
Hi, I'm Martina, and I'm from Gdynia in Poland, and I'm 15 years old. And my favorite series that I watched during quarantine is Money Heist.
Hi, I'm Cecilia. I'm from the US, but currently on exchange in Argentina. And I haven't watched any series this quarantine, but I watched a movie I really liked. It's called The Willoughbys.
Hi everyone, I'm Annie and I'm from Jyväskylä in Finland and I'm 17 years old and I haven't really been watching any series, but I've been watching a lot of movies like Howl's Moving Castle.
Hi, my name is Thibaut. I'm 15 years old. I'm from Paris in France and my favorite series is Steven Universe.
Hello guys, my name is Tutalka Nicolas. I'm 19 years old. I live in France, in Paris. And my favorite television show is, I have more than one, but right now I'm watching Peaky Blinders.
Here in Germany, we're supposed to go back to school at least partially next week. And it's kind of, the opinions are split. Like, I personally think it's not the best thing to do, but on the other hand, it means social contact again. So I don't know. How's it in your countries? Are there any plans to go back to school soon?
In France, the government says we can return in class in June. So
The kids go back to school in 11 May.
Otman, maybe you could use headphones because we can't hear you so well. On headphones, Otman. Otman, we can't understand you so well. Maybe you could use headphones.
Headphones.
Headset. Tu peux utiliser des écouteurs peut-être. There's the lifeline.
In France, the kids he's back to school in 11 May. Is the first of sortir. Comment on dit c'est les premiers à sortir.
First ones to go out.
The first kids that can go out are the little children, and this is on 11 May. They can go out. Then on 18 May, there are the middle schools that can go out and join classes outside in the city. And for us, I don't know what category it is, but for us, we can go outside in school like in on 25 maybe, or in Juin. I don't know how you say Juin.
June.
June. And on 2 June. So, and even on 2 June is not really official because things are really not official. Nothing is really certain. So yeah.
That's like really interesting because for us it's just the other way around. For us, the one who's like or are like graduating and stuff are going to be the first ones to go out, and then the other kids are going to join. So interesting.
Yeah.
And when you go back to school, do you have to keep a social distance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know how that's gonna
Officially,
work,
yeah,
but
how are you going to do that?
yeah, exactly.
That's why I don't think it's really good to send us back to school. But
Yeah, I also think it's a very bad idea.
For us, they are saying that we are like kids and we are not really affected, so it can spread that easily for us. But still, there is a risk. So yeah.
Yeah, true, definitely.
And I mean, for your teachers, Mark said he has a teacher who's 70 years old. I don't think it's good to like go back to school.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a good idea. But what Spain has been planning is that so de-escalating measures in the country will take a very long time. So I think the government said that till September only 3 grades will be able to go back to school. And that's, well, I will say it in German grades because I don't know any other grades. So only 10th, 11th, and 12th grades will be allowed to go back to school to September, and the rest will have to stay at home till June.
Okay.
Because there's a high danger, especially in Spain, to get infected, and that would be absolutely not a great idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I don't know if I should speak on like the US's situation or Argentina's because both are pretty strict. I mean, obviously everyone knows what's happening in the US right now. It's really, really crazy. So like I said, I graduated high school already and I'm supposed to start university in August, but we don't think even that's going to happen. Pretty sure that university classes are going to be canceled for like, they're saying right now probably the entire first semester, so December of the end of this year, December. We wouldn't start again until January of next year. And like every person I know has at least canceled classes for the rest of this year. Like they're definitely not going back. And like we have summer vacation from like June until August, and everyone's pretty much done until like this is supposed to last over the summer. People are sort of expecting to not be able to go out during the summer. And yeah, no one's going back to school, I'm sure. In Argentina, I'm not sure exactly what's happening. They've been extremely, extremely strict here as well. Like the parameters are really a lot. They don't have as many cases, but I don't think I'll be going back to school here either. I mean, it depends on when I can get home from here, but I don't think that I'll be going back to school here either. The quarantine here, because I think they were I don't know. I should have actually done research before doing this call. Stupid American. But I think Argentina I think they were the first country to go under a full quarantine. Like within, I don't remember which day in March. I want to say like the 10th of March, maybe the next day, 2 days later, like no one could leave the house. You weren't allowed to like go out at all, and things were closing down pretty quickly. And so they've been really, really strict with the quarantine. I think because the culture is sort of similar to Italy, like we have a lot of immigrants from there, and I think they sort of were afraid that this same situation would transpire here. So yeah, we've been under a pretty strict quarantine this entire time, and it's supposed to lift on the 10th of May, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I haven't left the house in like well over a month. It's been like a month and a half.
So you've pretty much made the transition to the next topic, which is quarantine and the government's decisions and restrictions. So here in Germany, there have been restrictions since mid of April, and they have gotten more severe with the course of the time, but they're starting to loosen them again. So yeah, what do you think? Is it good to already open up stores again, or should we still stay in lockdown? What do you think? And do you think what your government decided is good, or is it not enough or anything?
Is bad. Is very bad. Is trop tôt. Is oh.
Mm-hmm.
You think Macron didn't make the right decision?
I think he did a good decision to lock us all, but the quarantine can't last because the economy has to reboost. Like, we have to do something. We can't stay in quarantine forever, you know. So we have to like try to move things and do things because this will have the outcome of this will be really, really messed up. So we need to do something. We can't stay in quarantine forever. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
What do you think?
quarantine measures in Spain are pretty hard. You can even get arrested if you get out of home without respecting the law. For example, you can only go out of home for going to the pharmacy or for buying food, and if you don't do that while you're out, you can get arrested. And the problem with the Spanish quarantine is that it went into effect too late. So we had 1 week after, 1 week after we had big demonstrations and big things that shouldn't have happened. And the worst thing is that we knew that something like that would happen because you looked at Italy, which is like Spain, and you already knew how problematic coronavirus had been, and we didn't do nothing. And I think Spanish government has been struggling and has done pretty bad. But I also have to say that other political parties, which is now the claim, wouldn't have done it much better.
So I'm curious about Finland, Annie, because they always say that the North European countries have more discipline and are more organized. Is that true? What do you think?
Well, I mean, even in the northern countries, I think it varies because you can see like Denmark has done a lot, and Sweden, they like basically don't really have any restrictions. But in Finland, well, first of all, the government closed all the like libraries and like basically everything else than pharmacies and grocery stores. But we can still go out freely. There's no restriction on that because Finland is quite like we're not really densely populated, so we can still go out and there's like no consequences to that. But like all events of over 10 people, I think they're completely banned, and also like all the festivals have been cancelled. But now, actually, like just yesterday, the government had a meeting and they decided that all the restrictions will be slowly like reversed starting from the 13th of May. Yeah. And also like we will be like the government announced that schools will be opened starting from 13th of May, but I think like some schools can still decide for themselves. For example, our school decided that we won't go back to school and we'll just stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I kind of already talked about this in Argentina, and again, I'm pretty sure people have seen what's going on in the US, but it's definitely been really weird for me because I'm living in like completely two different worlds. When they started putting all these restrictions in Argentina, I was like so amazed by the fact that it's really sad to say, but like I was genuinely amazed by the fact that people were just like listening to it. I was like, this is really weird. If anyone tried to tell like the US you have to just stay home, I guarantee there would be protests. And a month later there were protests because I mean they didn't even they didn't even do like a country. They still haven't done a countrywide like quarantine. No one can move. He's leaving it up to the governors. He being Trump, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to feel culpable for this. He wants to like it's their decision, and sort of whatever they do is what happens. So like certain states have stay-at-home orders and other states don't. And either way, like if you try to put any restrictions on anyone, I don't think a lot of Americans are aware of like the gravity of the entire situation. I think that the US, because we're kind of already, I don't know how to put this because I don't want to like completely trash the US, but I think that a lot of people are really like in their own sort of sphere in the US. We don't really, I mean, in Europe, for example, you're all really close together. It's like you can just cross borders so easily. Most people that I know in the US had never left the US, had never like spoken to that many people from other countries. So it's really, really, really different. And I think that they're just not aware of the fact that the US has like a million cases and how drastically different that is from every other country that we've seen so far. And so I think it was harder for them to like look at another country and implement what they were doing or learn from that. But yeah, it's really scary in the US. I'm kind of scared to return.
So what about Ireland?
Like here we're quite strict as well, but then it's kind of the same as Finland. It's not so bad because we're not so densely populated in a lot of places. So other than kind of the big cities like Dublin and Cork, you can kind of go out and like not see anyone at all. But yeah, like most of the shops and everything are closed.
I have one question that I'm curious about, because here in Germany and all over the world, I hear people making their own face masks. And I'm curious if you guys sewed your own face masks.
Yeah,
No.
I did so. For example, yeah, but I did only one to try. And it is quite good, I think, but I won't make any more. So yeah.
Argentina, you have to wear a mask to do anything. Like if you leave the house, you have to have a mask on. But like mask just means cover your nose and mouth. Like people are walking around like this, and it's like equivalent to a mask. Like the police won't stop you as long as you have something over your face. So yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's buying a mask and like using an actual like surgical mask or an N95 or whatever. I think everyone's just like I'm fine. So
Okay,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure that that's what everyone's doing here.
For me, my brother is working in a lab, so he has like boxes of masks that not for quarantine, just for normal, because when he's at his job, he always has to put a mask. So when the quarantine hit us, he took like one box of I think 200 masks, and he brought it at home. So yeah, now if someone needs a mask, I saw that the price went up for a mask, like $20 for a mask. So if anyone wants it, I got stock. Right?
For me, my mother makes two masks, and I have her.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks for having us. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you
for joining.
coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's really fun and
Thank
really
you.
interesting.
Yeah.
Can we plug in some Instagram? No, I'm done. Get advertised nothing? Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.